Russian army is still unable to mount a defense against Russian insurgents on the Belgorod border region. Russian forces have withdrawn from the Belgorod border town of Gorkovsky. Soldiers in unmarked fatigues were filmed patrolling the front of a local primary school. The radar channel in Belgorod got hit. The video shows the spectacular destruction of the invaders by Kamikaze drones in the Avdiivka direction. The Lviv paratroopers, with the support of an adjacent unit in the Bakhmut direction, managed to stop the Russian offensive and destroy enemy armored vehicles. The enemy, with several columns of equipment, more than a dozen units in total, namely tanks and infantry fighting vehicles, tried to storm the positions of Ukrainian defenders, choosing several directions for attack. Aeronautical reconnaissance noticed the activity of the Russians in time and corrected the artillerymen. Thanks to the skillful and coordinated actions of the units, anti-tank and attack UAVs, the enemy assault was stopped. Some of the equipment was destroyed. Several Russian vehicles were stuck in the field, and others fled from the battlefield. Slovenian philosopher Slavoj Zizek is describing what is wrong with Russians and Putin.
A guy called John Mearsheimer on recently, who was arguing to me that Russia was provoked into this war, they shouldn't be blamed for it, and so on. I have a very different view. What is your view about where we are with this war?
This conversation is turning very bad because, again, there is no opposition. I agree with you, but what may be a surprise for you is that I agree with you as a leftist. That is to say, don't people listen, my God, to what Russia, their official media, Putin, and so on, what they are saying. Some of my crazy leftist friends even claim, but nonetheless, Russia is anti-NATO, so it must be good. Are they crazy? Look at whom Russia is supporting in Western Europe. Only the radical right-wingers. Le Pen, Alternative for Germany in Germany, and so on. Second thing, you know what Putin said on the day of the invasion, 21st and then 23rd of February? A year ago, or 2 years ago even. He said something terrifying. He said the true name of Russia should be Russia of Vladimir Ilyich Lenin. So he wants to take from Ukrainians something that only, paradoxically, I'm very critical of Lenin, the early Bolsheviks gave them. So this is clear for Putin. He is in no way a leftist, my God. No. He is a dark, conservative, religious fanatic. That's why to provoke people, as you know, I think I said give even nuclear arms to Ukraine. As a leftist,
on that point,
I'm saying.
On that point,
we have to
Slavoj,
do everything.
Yeah, I think it was a terrible mistake for Ukraine to be persuaded to give up their nuclear capability, because it seemed to me that was just a green light to Putin to then invade them.
Absolutely. I mean, okay, it's true that at that point, am I correct or not? I'm not sure. It wasn't yet Putin, it was Yeltsin.
Right.
But they should have taken this precaution.
Yeah.
Because it's clear, here I disagree with Mearsheimer, it's clear that it's not just Ukraine it's clear that it began with Georgia, Georgia, Crimea, Moldova, and so on. No, Russia is, they openly say it's in an imperial expansionist state, and I think the longer we tolerate it, the more horrible will be the final confrontation.
Yes.
That's why, incidentally, I read, as far as I can, their media. You know, I hope we agree also here, one of the most stupid politically correct pacifist saying is an enemy is somebody whose words you did not listen. No, sorry, I read Hitler, Mein Kampf, and after reading that, he was even more my enemy. So that's why I think we should read what horrors they are saying, Russian media. They have a full return to religious fundamentalism. They portray the war in Ukraine as the war of Christian civilization against demoniac satanism and so on.
Yeah.
I mean, they are no less than Arabs. They are today in the worst sense, fanatical religious fundamentalists.
Yes.
They have to be stopped unconditionally. The West has to stop this ambiguous game of trying to support Ukraine, but not too much, so that we will not annoy Russia too much, and so that we will not hurt our standard of living too much. No, we are in an emergency state, we, Europe.
I completely agree with you.
This is a farce that cannot be called legitimate. Europe and the US on Putin's election.
Russia's organization of elections in occupied parts of Georgia and Ukraine is completely illegal. And Russia's presidential election was clearly neither free nor fair.
Masked fascist enforcers with no badges stormed a cafe. Sodavision journalist Antonina Favorskaya was sitting in, stole her phone, and dragged her away to the police station. They failed to find a crime, so the court ordered her jailed for 10 days for disobedience.
Братья его города Москвы поручить начальнику МВД Братьева немедленно уведомления об исполнении постановления с указанием наименования учреждения, которое направлено к Кравцову для отбывания административного наказания. Постановление может быть обжаловано в Московский городской суд в течение 10 суток через Новгородский районный суд с одновременным вручением копии постановления. Постановление по письму суду для обеспечения объявляется закрытым. Распишитесь, пожалуйста, о том, что копия постановления.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you want to support Warthog Defense, please become our member and get early access to new videos, exclusive members-only videos, and become administrator in comment section. The membership link is in the description.
Rescues every day. We had a guy last week, it's 6 rescues in 6 days. You know, he's doing the job every day.